Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today I have prepared something very special for you guys, and you can follow the links in the description to find the downloadable line art and colored work for this Zootopia meets Easter ornament kind of a design, which I made into kind of a chibi look. And this is the first time I'm doing an anthropomorphic character, an animal-like character in my videos, and it won't be the last because I will implement a challenge to myself to actually try out different styles, and you can see more of different styles. You can even comment below this video on which styles you want me to tackle and try first. But let's get back to the point. Today, while you're watching me making this ornament, I want you to also listen to some of the answers to the questions you guys asked me in my previous Q&A video. So let's begin. Uninspired asked me, how do you maintain your focus, work ethics to finish pieces in a timely manner? Well, it's pretty hard because you need so much concentrating, so much self-discipline to just not roam off somewhere or just like play games or anything else. So I've been teaching myself for years to actually maintain my focus and practice myself to be patient enough to finish the entire drawing before getting off my work table and just going out to meet friends or something like that. So thank you, Uninspired, for this question. Kenya Stevens asked me, could you talk a little about how you got your book published? This is a really fair question, but I will have to answer it quite honestly. To be a book author, you definitely need something that's like years of experience, so that you know what you're like talking about and putting in your book. And to make a book published is something quite difficult and requires you to already be some sort of a public figure, some sort of a already established artist, because the truth of the fact is that publishers need to invest a lot of money into a future author, and if they are not convinced that the book will sell, they won't sign them, because they really need to put a lot of money into that author for their book, no matter what the book is, and they need to make sure that the book is something original or something that the audience wants to buy. So to get a book published, I had to convince my publisher to trust in me, to trust in my lessons, and to see that I have quite a following, so that a lot of people could buy my book and they could literally take back the money they invested in printing and everything that goes with marketing and boring stuff like that. So that's the short of it, I guess. Ashraf Nadi asked me, what is your favorite anime? Well, my favorite anime is the 2001 Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. It's a vampire thriller story based on Japanese novels about D, the vampire hunter, and I warmly recommend it to everybody. It's one of my favorite visual styles, and the story so edgy and unpredictable, and just the design of it is majestic. So I recommend you guys to just take a look-see. Emma Eister, or Eister, I'm so sorry if I don't pronounce it well. What character do you like drawing the most? And what do you think about artists who criticize the anime manga style, saying it isn't art? This is a fantastic question, because personally I really don't like purists. Purists are people who claim that only one thing in this world is the good thing. So I say to everybody who criticizes manga and anime that it's not art, my personal advice to them is to just go and see how many hours people spend on it and how much skill people really require for this type of art. And of course, just to go totally basic, Art for me is something that everybody should enjoy, everybody can make, and shouldn't be judged on based on looks or anything. Art is something that we should all enjoy and all create, and as long it doesn't hurt anybody and actually makes everybody happy, any type of art is art. Art, personally to me, art is the closest thing to real life magic that you can ever find. Katarina asked me, when do you think is the right time to buy expensive art supplies, and what supplies should you start with? Well, personally, expensive art supplies should be bought when you consider yourself to be almost a professional artist. When I say professional doesn't mean a level of your skill. It actually means that you're ready to tackle working for customers, getting paid for your work, being a responsible artist who will make their fans and supporters happy, and just work to do self-improvement. So if you're dead set on building your career, that is when you need to get some money involved and just invest in some better equipment. Before that, you can just use plain school supplies for anything you want, and the first supplies you should invest in, if you ask me personally, is a solid set of watercolors. Then you can proceed on Copics when you have the money. Isaiah Thompson asked, how long do you draw during the day and how many days a week? I don't have a specific count, like hour count a week, but on the average I would say maybe 2 to 3 days in a week are spent like up to 18 hours of pure drawing and pure working, whether it's digital art or traditional art. And I used to spend like up to 18 hours every day when I was in college, just improving and working. Now that I'm working on my own and just having my own business illustrating, it takes me around 3 days a week. Sometimes it's a whole week of work, sometimes I take a break doing other stuff because I also do conventions and stuff like that. So yeah, 3 days a week, but it's a day just filled with work. You only take breaks to like go and have some food, do some chores and sleep, and that's it. You don't do anything else but work on those days. Well, I don't. That's my routine. You can pick your own routine if you want. Barbara Bravo asked, have you considered making your own manga or visual novel? Greetings to you, to Argentina. Love you all so much. For my own manga or visual novel, I have actually created 2 concepts for an original manga of my own, heavily inspired by some of my favorite anime and manga titles, but it's a story that just came to me, and you can check out these concepts on my DeviantArt page, deviantart.com/Mistiqarts. These 2 concepts are called Albino Circus and Alice in Wonderland homage. I have been redesigning the characters for. I still haven't named it yet, but you can check them out. They have their separate folders, and I think they are heavily inspired by fantasy worlds and just some dramatical plot twists I have created in my head, but sadly I still don't think I have enough time to turn them into real manga, because real mangas really request a lot of work time, which I currently don't have. Jen Xylus Otaku, what is the best thing in drawing? How did you get into drawing? Well, to be perfectly honest, I was so mesmerized by cartoons when I was so young, like 2 or 3 years old. My mom would just play a lot of Disney movies for me on the cassette tapes, and yeah, I know how old that makes me sound, but I just got so hypnotized by the characters and the colors that I was just drawing since then, and I didn't stop. So the only thing that actually made me consider making this into a career and doing this for the rest of my life was actually my favorite anime, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, and that's when I realized that I will dedicate myself to improving my drawing skills and work in the drawing industry. Olga Uzumaki asked me, would you do a tutorial about fashion and history from the beginning until now, and not only Japanese fashion? I would personally like if you would draw more European fashion in Middle Ages. This is a fantastic suggestion, and I personally have studied fashion for years and at my fashion college, and I would be delighted to do some tutorials and maybe show you guys how different styles in Europe were changing throughout the years since the old ages up to like the 19th century, because that's my favorite fashion era, and everything after 19th century just doesn't do it for me. So I will be delighted to grab this opportunity and do something like this for you, Olga. Anime Girl asked, I wanted to know what advice can you give to people who don't have good drawing skills but want to draw and are choosing something related to art for their future careers. Well, believe it or not, I started off as one regular girl with no special talent. I know what you guys are gonna say, no, you have talent, blah blah blah. No, I started from nothing. I didn't have any special talents. There were kids in my classes ever since elementary school that were more talented than me. I struggled for years and practiced my hiney off, and that's exactly what what my advice to you guys is, because if I made it as an artist without any special talents, anybody who wants to become an artist and just goes and watches tutorials and practices a lot will be able to be a huge success. To be a successful artist is not about the talent, it's only about working hard, and that's it. Frida Rope asked, hello, can you have you taken art classes or your knowledge has been acquired self-taught? Well, I personally had years of self-teaching in high school. In my country, during my high school days, we had no internet, so I couldn't just go on YouTube and ask for tutorials. I had to steal knowledge from TV shows and random anime shows on the TV and just copied some of the parts of the faces, and I was mostly self-taught up until college days. Then I enrolled the fashion college in Belgrade, and that's when I just had my huge level up on my skill, because I had live figure drawings, I had painting classes, I had fashion design classes, and most of all, those fashion design classes included tons and tons and tons of drawing bodies and practicing anatomy and faces and drawing hairstyles, makeup, accessories, and that's what made me boost my skill quality so much. So yeah, it's very important to have somebody to train you for the best results. But you can also try being self-taught, because you have a lot of awesome tutorials and a lot of awesome artists out there that can show you the ropes, that can give you good tips. So yeah, now with modern times you can definitely boost up even faster. And thank you guys so much for asking me about some personal stuff, personal projects like cosplay or my guest appearances in my country, and otherwise I shall answer those questions as well on my blog channel, so check out that channel as well. It's called Vlog Test, and you will be able to ask me more about some other stuff I do there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe if you like what I do. Also, I'll leave the links for free downloads for this little tidbit on my Patreon page. You can also pledge on to support me, and you can always get my Manga Crash course books available in English and French languages in your local bookstores and on Amazon.com. See you guys next time!